Listen to this statistic. 65% of Americans will retire with less than $10,000 in savings. Let that sit with you. 65% of Americans will retire with less than $10,000 in savings. 4% of Americans will retire with enough to actually retire, and they're saying $500,000. That may not even be enough when some of y'all retire. But so that's a very grim statistic. 65% of Americans will retire with less than $10,000 in savings. How much are you going to retire with? Are you going to be able to retire? People spend all of their life working at a job that they don't earn enough to live off of. Frankly, they don't earn enough to live off of. They rob Peter to pay Paul. So they work this job and then they retire. And what happens when they retire? They get half of the money that they was getting when they were working. So if you couldn't live off your full-time income from working, how are you going to live off of half of your money by not working? Your pension is not coming to save you. The government is not coming to save you. Your 401k, if it's not busted out or if you haven't cashed out, is not coming to save you. So why am I sharing that? Because van life is my retirement. Now you think about me in this mini camper van and you go, are you serious? But van life is just part of my story. Just a little. Presently, I live nowhere. I'm houseless and I'm zip codeless. But the bigger picture, the larger story is that I live an alternative lifestyle. What does that mean? I live full time in my mini camper van. During the winter months, I love to make these winter videos that saying I'm in an igloo, I'm freezing. I am freezing, but it's freezing. When I am freezing, it's my own choice. I have a room at a family member's house. It's my room. No one goes in it. Yes, there's other people's stuff in the room, but it's my room. When I want to go there, I can go there anytime when I am in my home base of Ohio. Also, because I grew up in this type of family that my grandmother, who was the knit, she was not the knit, she was the fabric that held our family together. And so she instilled in us, my grandmother, my grandfather, instilled in us to support one another, that we don't turn our back on one another. Her sister, who also is close to her sister's kids, who are my cousins, who are also close, instilled in them to never turn their back on family. And so I can say to you all, rest assured, none of my family, despite, I always talk about, I got jumped, so the fact that we have that instilled in us to take care of one another, there are family members right now who live with another family member. There are family members who rent out a room. It just in my family, alternative living does exist. Just means renting a room from somebody, living with somebody, or whatever. For me, living with somebody is not ideal. I don't care. I do not like living with people. I did not get to be this age to want to live with someone, so I don't want to do it. I've shared on this channel, and there's a link somewhere, I am an affiliate of Boxable. In 3 to 5 years, I will be living in a Boxable, which is affordable housing. Right now, I have a store. So in this minivan, all of my possessions are in this minivan. I do have a storage. The storage is probably bigger than the average closet that you have in your house. It's also the height is, I have a lot of crates stacked on each other. So the height is, I don't know how many feet, but it's enough room that I could stack, and I do have crates stacked on one another. I have given up, as I said, over 75% of my possessions, because not too long ago, and there are some videos on this channel, I had a 2-room storage filled with stuff that some stuff I didn't even remember I had. Some stuff had tags on it. I had holiday stuff. I was paying $200 to house stuff that if I didn't see it, if I was on the road for like 6 months and I didn't see the stuff, I didn't even care about what it was. I didn't even know what it was. So I got rid of that 2-room storage that some people who view this channel said looked like an apartment, but it was not an apartment. And I downsized to a smaller storage. In this smaller storage, I have gotten it down to things that I absolutely need. I have some antiques. I have like a crate of pictures. I have books from college and books that I just adore. Classic books that I don't. Maya Angelou, I Know Where the Caged Bird Sings. I have books that I do not want to get rid of. That's just my vice. Books are my vice. So I will not get rid of those things. I will not give up my storage. I also, at 2 cousins' house, one cousin's house where I have the room, I have some stuff. But it's stuff that everything that's at her house I could put in my storage. Also, my other cousin, this stuff has been at her house, bless her heart, for probably 3 years. I have a dresser. She has a basement. She has a basement that's finished where there's like a TV and couch and all that. Then she has a part that's not finished, and she has like a work, somebody, when she bought the house, somebody had like a work tool area. So I have stuff in there. But if she was to call me today and say, Frankie, come get your stuff, you know what I would tell her? I would say, you can have the dresser, and it's a nice dresser. It had like a stain at the top, but overall it's not. I would tell her, you can have the dresser. The rest of the stuff, I would say, throw it out. And if she said, you have to throw it out, I would go over there and throw everything out. And it's not a lot of stuff because I went through it like maybe a year ago. So I'm telling you all that to say, think about in your life, are you housing or paying to house things that you don't even know what it is? I know people who have 3 storages, not 1, not 2. My friend, he told me, he said, you know what? And he lives in a box truck. And he said, I got 3 storages. And he has 2 trucks. I'm like, why do you have 3 storages? And I'm not knocking people because it takes a long time. I'm still trying to figure this out. It takes a long time to figure out what you are going to do, how you are going to retire your possessions. One thing, my grandmother, she was the fabric, as I said, but she also was a clutter bug, and she also had the scarcity mentality. So what is the scarcity mentality? I have the scarcity mentality, thinking I'm never going to have enough. You know how, like, this is what, I'm going to give you some examples of what I consider to be the scarcity mentality. So you get something and you don't really need it. Somebody gives you an air fryer, right? You don't need an air fryer because you don't even use an air fryer. I use an air fryer, but you don't even use it. But you take it because the air fryer is new. It's still in good condition. Somebody gives you 6 cans of paint, right? You don't need no paint. You ain't never going to use it, but you think, oh, I might use it, or I might need it at one point. You're not going to use it. You're never going to need it. But you still have that scarcity mentality, even with clothes. Recently, my cousin, and these people, and when I'm talking about cousins, I say this all the time. I'm talking about a lot of people because I got a lot of cousins. She sent the text out to like 12 of us, 12 women in our family. And as God is my witness, I'm going to stop this one. She sent this text out to 12 women in our family, and I swear to God, this text said she just recently got married and she moved into a house, right? She was living in a condo. She sent this text out to us and she said, oh, I'm having open house on Friday and Saturday. Y'all can come over, bring bags. Y'all can get whatever you want. She said, I have clothes, I have purses, I have shoes, I have all this stuff. So she's got all this stuff, and she's one of them kind of like, you know, richy bougie type of people. So you know she got some nice stuff. But she's got all this stuff that she's never used, that she's been housed. She had a condo, still had it for about a year, got married, got a house. They upsized. At their age, she's older than me, they bought a house. But she said it's a family home. And we do have people in our house that have houses that say it's a family home. So she told us to come with our bags, our shopping bags, come and get, she named all the stuff she had. It sounded like a wonderland. Like, oh, she got this, she got that. Anyway, I didn't go because I don't need anything else. But guess what my aunt did? And she's probably going to watch this video. Guess what she did? Not the cousin that had this open house, but the aunt, one of my aunts that went, my mother's sister. She called me, or no, she texted me and said, Frankie, what size do you wear? I got some 14 and 16 pants. Can you fit them? I even have some 12s. I got you some black pants. I got you this. I didn't go because I didn't want the stuff. I did not want the, I don't need no black pants. I got 100 pair of black pants, or I had 100 pair of black pants. I can go right to Kohl's or Target or Walmart and get black pants if I need black pants. So she goes there and she gets stuff for me. Y'all, we got to stop doing this. As we move into a new year, the scarcity mentality, the thinking you are going to retire, all this is flawed thinking. You're thinking like, I'm working so hard, And then here's another story, right? My other aunt, right? And, well, this is a sad story, so I'm going to say it. Okay, so she worked incredibly hard at a place that she did not like. She worked there like 30-something years, right? And so she passed away, like shortly after she retired, maybe 5 or 6 years, she passed away. So some of the pressure you putting on your body by working at this job you don't like, you can't stand, it's going to send you to an early grave. Now, is van life perfect or ideal? It is not. I've never portrayed it that I was cold last night. I'm in Ohio, y'all. I forgot to mention that. I'm in Ohio. And I just wanted to kind of like get here and decompress. So I didn't go to my room. I didn't get an Airbnb. I didn't go to a campground and plug up my electric heater. I didn't do any of that. So I was in here like, wow, it's cold. But I didn't get cold till like 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I got up and turned on the car. So the purpose of all me saying all this stuff is live your life now. Live the best life that you can. Enjoy your life, whatever that means. If it means going a state over and going to a national or state park, whatever your wildest dream is. My wildest dreams is nature, is being out in nature, is visiting parks, is going to campgrounds. I enjoy doing it. That's what my wildest dreams. My wildest dreams is reading good books, living vicariously through books. Whatever your wildest dream is, you should be doing it now, because chances are you are amongst the 10 or the 65% of people who are going to retire with less than $10,000 in savings, okay? Or, you know, like me and my group, we're going to hit the lottery, and so we are going to be like super, you know, mega millionaires, billionaires, right? So that's like a done deal. We've already manifested that, right? And we're working toward that. We do a co-working group. Let me get back on topic. How do you plan to retire? What is your retirement plans? Are you retired now? And are you comfortably living? You don't have to answer this, but do leave some comments in the comments below. I just got up on a Sunday morning. I just started thinking about this. Maybe it was because of me talking to people in my co-working group, and they are like always considering how they're going to retire. They're very smart women, so I think they will retire. I think they will be amongst the people who have more than $10,000. I think they will retire comfortably. Some of them are considering, or they're going to move to different countries because the cost of living is not as high. So it's a shame. I really think it's a shame that people have to move. They don't have to, they choose to. They're moving to beautiful countries, but you have to move out of America to live comfortably. Come on now, America. We should not have to do that. We should not. I choose to live in a vehicle, but I should not have to live in a vehicle. Like, I want to do all the things that I'm doing. And if I was living in a house, I cannot do everything that I want to do. And right now, I'm traveling and doing everything. I'm going every place I want to go. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Okay? Get serious. Life is short. We say that all the time. It sounds like a cliche. It is a cliche. Life is short. Life is short. Oh, life is short. Before I even got back to Ohio, one of my friends passed away, and another person who I knew as an associate, she was a writer, a good writer. She passed away. And so we say life is short, but we just say it because we really don't believe that life is short. We do not believe that life is short. We don't. We think we're going to live forever. We think, even my mom's been sick, and some days she sounds, you know, better, and I'm like, oh, my mom, she's going to live. Life is really short. That's not just a saying, and it's kind of unfortunate that we don't believe it. We don't think that life is short, right? We just say it like, life is short, life is short. But if we really thought life was short, we would be moving differently. Our life would be differently. If you really thought life was short, you would be doing things differently. I even take it for granted that life is short. I mean, I could get a call just, you know, right away, right now, and something has happened. So life is short. Live your best life. Take the joy route. That's all I'm saying with take the joy route, is to live your best life, whatever it is. I think I've been filming this in a crooked way, but it doesn't matter. I woke up with that on my heart and I decided to share it. Take the joy route. Give a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching.